While there were certainly some annoying moments in this game for Yankees fans, this was a big victory on Wednesday afternoon in Cleveland. The Yankees win this game 5-1. They got up early 2-0 and eventually 4-1 in the second inning, and they were able to kind of cruise to victory. And we need to talk about, again, I've been very critical of him, but what a start from Carlos Rodon. And he had to fight through some stuff early in the early innings, but overall, he was absolutely excellent today. Needed only 90 pitches to go through 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 1 unearned runs, and 8 strikeouts. He lowered his ERA down to 3.5. His record evened up at 3-3, and much, much better from him. As we talked about, day games after night games are not very conducive to offense, but it worked out well in the Yankees' favor in this case, where there were some runs early and then he kind of calmed down late. That's now last 2 starts, 13 scoreless innings, at least earned run-wise, 13 scoreless innings in his last 2 starts. Road starts at Tampa Bay and at Cleveland, not exactly the easiest opponents of all time. He didn't, play like the White Sox and the Rockies or anything, but sorry for those fan bases catching strays here, but a very, very good start from Carlos Rodon, and it's exactly what the Yankees needed to salvage themselves in this series to get the victory here. That they'll move to 15-10 on the season. And look, we talked about it on yesterday's show. We could talk all about wasting the Warren start, not having the good first 2 games, but they needed to win this game. This game was essential for them, even this early in the season, just because you don't want, again, you're going to lose some games. You're going to have some poor stretches, but if you could find a way to steal a game in a series that you didn't play your best in, you can build some momentum off of that going forward. 15-10, you have, pending what happens later in the day, you have at least a share of the best record in the American League. I am recording this podcast right after the game to give you my just initial reactions. Texas plays Oakland, or I guess they don't play Oakland anymore, man. They play the homeless, no-name Athletics at 10:05 Eastern, with an opportunity, if they win that game, they will have the best record in the American League. But right now, the Yankees could have a share of that going into Thursday. But most importantly, again, really early in the season to be talking about that. But the importance of keeping pace in the American League, which is right now a little bit weaker than the National League. I think we can all say that pretty wholeheartedly. Big, important, and another big, confident start from Carlos Rodon, and they need him this year. They really, really need him, and I've brought that point up several times before. Great to see. He's excited to see that. Fernando Cruz looked excellent again. Got a ton of swing and misses in his 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Luke Weaver, a little shaky. The box score doesn't show it. It shows 1 inning, 1 hit, no walks, blah, blah, blah. But 3 balls to the warning track in this game that they were all caught, including a nice little basket catch to end the game from Cody Bellinger in center field. Probably making up for that misplay he had earlier. But excellent outing for Carlos Rodon, and the Yankees' top players continue to be their top players. Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, and Paul Goldschmidt. We'll talk about those guys a lot. We're going to deep dive into them for Friday's show as we talk about the entire lineup. But once again, those 3 guys combine to go 6 for 12 in this game, and they also walked 3 times. So 9 times on base and 15 plate appearances. That'll do. Ben Rice, 1 for 2, 2 walks, 2 runs and an RBI. Judge went 2 for 4. Did strike out with the bases loaded, though. So one of the rare times he has looked human so far this year. Raised his batting average all the way up to .415. Good Lord. Paul Goldschmidt, 3 for 5, batting .383 this year. Been absolutely sensational. A couple RBIs in this game. Bellinger, Chisholm, Wells each got a hit, and then Jason Dominguez got 2 hits, including a double, batting right-handed, which was really nice to see. So in the meantime, it was a solid game all around. The Yankees had a lot more opportunities to score runs in the first inning. They had more opportunities to score runs in the second inning. They left the bases loaded with Aaron Judge at the plate. There were opportunities. They had bases loaded with Ben Rice and Aaron Judge both coming up to the plate with 1 out, and they weren't able to get any runs. Ben Rice grounds out to first. They throws it to home. Judge strikes out. But, this game could have been a blowout for New York. It wasn't, but look, a win's a win. We can address those issues going forward, and you much rather lament missed opportunities ahead of a victory than missed opportunities in a loss, like we talked about on a previous show. So, but overall, it's exciting times in this game. Exciting to see them make an effort here to salvage the series, and they got contributions from a lot of places, but most importantly from the most important player in this game, which was Carlos Rodon. And you start to look at his last few starts now, and maybe he's really starting to feel himself a little bit. And obviously the Tampa start was solid. The Cleveland start today was excellent. He had his moments in that San Francisco start, and it all kind of fell apart in that sixth inning. But, he had that opportunity to really, I would say for the most part, in his last, 19 innings-ish he's pitched, I say he's pitched extremely well in the vast majority of those. And with the only runs coming, 3 games ago against San Francisco at home. So, I'm hoping this is a corner turning opportunity for him, as he continues to look at his opportunities to make himself the key piece of the rotation behind Max Fried. Like he's that guy. His next game, he will pitch in that Baltimore Orioles series to end the month. So we will see how he does. That's going to be another challenge game on the road against Baltimore, which, is a team that has been very up and down so far this year. That's, again, 2 series from now. We'll talk about that. But, this is a team that, as at times looked really good, there's also a team that just came off, heading into Wednesday, they came off a 24-2 loss to the Reds and a 7-0 loss to the Nationals. So I don't think we really know what Baltimore is right now, other than the pitching is a problem. And I think, if we think the Yankees are having rotation issues, the Baltimore Orioles are having plenty of rotation issues, although theirs are only half injury related. Some of them are. They do have some really good pitchers on the IL, but they also were very passive in the way they attacked the trade market and the way they attacked free agency this year. And it's coming back to bite them. So we'll end this by previewing the Blue Jays series to come. That series starts on Friday. So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series in the Bronx. 7:05 p.m. start time Eastern on Friday, and then back-to-back afternoon games on the weekend. A 1:05 start time on Saturday, a 1:35 start time on Sunday. The first pitchers in this game will be Jose Barrios against Carlos Carrasco to open the series, followed by Max Fried versus to be determined on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Yankees have not officially announced anybody yet in terms of nobody's announced their starters for Sunday. But we know we're going to get Carrasco on Friday and then Max Fried on the mound on Saturday. Take 2 of 3. That's the mission, right? You're back at home. You have an off day beforehand. You're well rested. You're coming home. One of the 3 games, you have your ace on the mound. Take 2 of 3. And I think you'll be very, very happy. So some programming notes. Obviously, as I talked about on Tuesday's show, or Wednesday's show, I might have mentioned on Tuesday's show as well, but I am covering the NFL draft. That is my main job. I'm the COO of the Draft Network. Please cheap plug to check out thedraftnetwork.com. If those of you that are football fans, or maybe those of you that aren't, the NFL draft is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So it is going to be all-day affair, and I will be spending all of my time working on that. So I'm actually extremely thankful that the Yankees have an off day on Thursday. I'm going to have to watch the Friday and Saturday games probably sometime in like a recap mode. I'm probably not going to be able to watch those games live just based on what my job is going to be. But meanwhile, I'm going to be tied up, so we're going to have a little bit of a different Bombers Beat schedule this week. As I mentioned, this is the Thursday morning show that you're listening to, recorded after the Wednesday game. I will have a Friday morning show for you where I break down where the entire starting lineup is currently sitting right now. Concerns, good things, bad things, things to watch out for as we head into the end of April here. And then there will be no shows on Saturday or Sunday, so there will not be a weekend show this week. I will be back on Monday. There will be a Monday morning show that will recap not only Sunday game, but we'll take a little bit of a broader look throughout the weekend as well if there's any carryover points that were, more than just kind of one game storyline. So we will talk about all that over the weekend. So I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoy Friday's show where we talk about the lineup. Spoiler, that's going to also be recorded on Wednesday. So if like a meteor hits the earth or something, or there's, a catastrophic injury that happens between now and Friday, it's baseball. We've seen weird things. Guys have eyelid injuries, trip over their luggage and go on the IL. We've seen baseball's kind of had some weird injuries that have happened over the course of time. We've seen guys strain themselves trying to get contacts. I mean, there's been some weird stories. Remember when Carlos Correa got like a massage and broke his rib? Like, there's been some very weird stuff. So if that happens on the Yankees off day and you don't hear about it on Friday's show, that's why. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's why you're not going to hear it. But I hope you enjoy that show. I hope you kind of enjoy the breakdown because I do have some questions about some guys in the lineup. And then we also want to heap some praise on 3 guys in the lineup in particular. And we're going to go over all of that for Friday's show. And then I will be back with you at regularly scheduled time on Monday to talk about the Blue Jays series. And hopefully we will be talking about a series victory, 2 of 3, maybe even a sweep. Don't want to be greedy, maybe even a sweep, but we'll talk about that on Monday. Otherwise, enjoy Friday's special show, and I'll talk to you all next week.